Hi guys, Little Bachelor Tech here. We are back after the very short Christmas break to talk about a few home automation gadgets. Some of the video I showed you these devices right here. And in today's video what we're going to do is have a look at them in detail, go through them one by one. We're going to talk about what they do in the house, how they work, how they interact with each other and what you can actually do with them. So here goes. So here we have my four home automation gadgets. On the left we've got the British Gas Hive 2, in the middle is the Philips Hue Hub, on the right is the Samsung SmartThings Hub, and then at the top we've got the Amazon Alexa. I'll start with the Amazon Alexa Dot. Most people should be familiar with this device now. It has been out for a while in this country and a lot of people are buying it. This is actually the second version of the Dot. First one was only for sale in the US, and the second one recently was being sold here in the UK. What this device can actually do is control a wide range of different devices such as what we've got here. If you compare it directly to the Google Home, it can't control anything like this. You can talk to that one and have a bit of a discussion, ask questions and such like, but in terms of controlling things it doesn't quite have the same repertoire as the Dot here. The device itself is not that big, approximately the size of a hockey puck. A little bit of weight to it as well, so it's got a speaker inside, and it basically just takes your commands, sends them to the AWS servers, and then sends back the command and it executes that command at home. It's quite a simple thing really. I use it for is the three devices right here. So I can control the heating with this hub here. I can control all of my lighting in the house with the Philips Hue device, and the SmartThings, which is basically the brain. I'll use it as the brain, the command center of the house. That will basically do everything. Even though I'm using the Alexa Dot here as the voice controller, you can kind of imagine that's an interface. This is basically the main control in the whole house. So you probably would have seen the other devices dotted about. This may not be something that you've seen quite yet. It's a fairly innocuous white box, a bit like the rest, and it does a lot of different things to it. First of all, we have a battery backup in the bottom here. There have been a few problems with it, and a lot of people have reported issues with battery leakage. Even with Duracell batteries they do leak, so that's why I've not actually got them in at the moment. I've taken them out a year and a half ago or so because there's still corrosion on there that I need to clean. In a nutshell, once you've unboxed it, plugged it all into your network, you download the app for it, link it with the code, and then you can start controlling devices. Most people would start things like light bulbs, security cameras, and anything else you really want to do to it. From there you can create activities, very much like the Harmony Hub remote that we've already talked about. You can actually create routines and start controlling things with it. So once I arrive home, because I have a presence sensor on my keys, what happens is the lights will come on. I can also have the TV come onto a certain channel automatically once I'm in that geolocation. It's about 300 or 400 meters, and it will then just turn everything on automatically. So that's a very basic routine. You can go down the extremely complicated route. You can actually write your own apps for this. It's got a community following, which means it's the architecture of the device is fully open, so you can actually create your own apps if you can do that. And you can also create your own devices, believe it or not. If you have a hardware or software background, you can then create the hardware and then add the software to it, and then you can then put it onto this device yourself. You don't actually need to go through Samsung or SmartThings to do that. You can do that in the back end in the IDE. I've done a lot of that myself, and I've added this, which isn't normally supported, but the code is already available on GitHub. You just basically transfer it over in the IDE, and then it will recognize it straight away. Then you can start controlling it. So if you want to wake up at a certain time during the day and they have the heating come on, have the lights come on, you know, smart kettles and all the rest of it automatically boot into life, you can do that as well. Very quickly, the tablets here. This is a software interface, web-based, called Action Tiles. This links in with your SmartThings account and allows you then to control your devices via a tablet. So you just literally tap one of these and it will happen. So as you can see at the moment, we've got lights on. We've got a bunch of lights on there, and charging station for the Christmas lights behind me is turned on, so you can turn them on and off via a switch. You've got the weather report, you've got the clock, and BBC News RSS feed. All of this is completely customizable. You can arrange it however you want, change the size of the tiles, change the colours, all sorts of different aspects and settings you can tweak to your liking. So here we have the Philips Hue Hub. Once you have connected it to the internet and given it some power, all you need to do is download the app for your device, and away you go. Once it's all hooked up and connected, it can control all of the lights in your house either via one of these, should you wish to purchase one, via the app, which is a bit cumbersome, or you can do it automatically as I do with SmartThings, much easier, or use one of the buttons, much more easier option to do. So I've got a bunch of the lights in the house. There's quite a few downstairs, and then there's a few upstairs as well. You can turn them on remotely, you can automate them, so when you go out they can stay on, or you can change them around so it looks like somebody's in, or you can have them come on when the sun set, etc, etc. There's a vast array of options you can do. Whatever situation or scenario you can think of, you can possibly program it to do that. Along with the Hue Hub here, we have the Hue Dimmer switch. I've got a bunch of these dotted around the house. They pretty much do what you expect them to do. Turn the lights on, turn them off, and dim them manually. So you just literally press that, them off, and that turns back on again. And that is all there is to it. They can be assignable to any lights you wish. They are completely portable, battery operated, which is the compartment in here, and that's very small. We will talk about this very quickly. This is the Hive, the British Gas Hive version 2. This is the actual gateway that connects to the internet. So again, all you need to do is plug it in, usual stuff, internet and some electricity, and you're good to go. It connects to a receiver where the boiler is. That boiler is then wired into the receiver, and you just control it. This should be familiar to a lot of people. A lot of the systems work very much the same way, but the beauty is you can control it with the SmartThings on the bottom there. You can completely automate it. You can of course use the app to control it, set when you want the heating to come on and set it to come off whenever you wish, or have it completely automated. This here is the thermostat. So it's just a touch screen or touch button. Doesn't really have a touch screen. A few buttons on the top, on the bottom there, sorry. You don't really need to touch this. If you automated it with SmartThings or the app, you can just leave it, do its own thing really. So I've just got it sat there for now, but again you don't need it, you can put it away somewhere so it's out of view, and you just literally get that. And this is a very quick overview video of some of the gadgets and devices I'm using in the house. If you would like a more detailed review of any of these here, please put a comment in the section below, and I can then go through in a lot more detail about exactly what they can be used for, how you can use it, and again how they talk to each other. I'm happy to do that. Just let me know in the comment section below, and I will. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that was of some use, and as always, please put a comment in the box below. Please subscribe to see more videos, and we will see you again in the next video very soon. Thank you and goodbye.